Hello and good morning. I had to pull the mic over here. Or it's not morning time. Sorry, I just got off
Yeah.
work. I'm fucking. I'm still kind of fucking fuzz brained over here. Um. Welcome to our evening episode. On a Monday. We had to not do an episode yesterday, and we weren't here last week. Just life and things going on. You know how it is. Um.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, everybody's got shit going on. But we're here. This week's episode is, I'm pretty excited about it. We're gonna talk about the upcoming showcase next week. Pretty excited about that. We're gonna have Xbox is doing a showcase, and then directly after Xbox's showcase is gonna be a Call of Duty Direct, and
Ooh.
I will for sure is I'm hoping that Maddogg can make it. But I for sure will be here. Um Reacting to it live. I'll make sure to have it up. We'll be hanging out, smoking some dabs, watching all the new game trailers. I freaking love doing that with the community. That's one of my favorite things to stream always. So it should be a good time. Um but besides that, let's get started how we usually do. Maddogg, have you had time to play anything? You just been working your butt off.
I mean, yeah, I work my ass off, but um I almost exclusively have been playing Fallout 4.
Oh hell yeah, dude. That gets me.
Dude, dude. Um
Yeah. I love
to
that.
to be fair, I feel like I've done so much and I've got like some 70 hours into it, but I don't feel like I've done anything at the same time.
Dude,
Like,
fucking, it's definitely a thing, dude. And just a quick side note, Chosen, appreciate you hopping in. We're doing excellent.
what up, buddy? What up?
Thank you for hopping in. As always, dude, you're fucking awesome. Appreciate you big time.
Fuck it, big time. But yeah, dude, like I'll go on and run a couple missions, do some dinking around, and then I end up back at like Sanctuary building walls.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then so I started Sanctuary and I started the castle
Okay,
building on them.
okay.
Just like, all right,
The
this is gonna be
castle
pretty
is
dope.
the castle is actually one of my favorite spots, and I should send you
Dude,
some
I
links.
fucking love it.
There's some great YouTube videos on how to fix that big hole section in the wall.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, there's some great
I
videos.
know
The
I
best I use the concrete foundation, like the floors, like
okay.
big concrete
Yeah.
thick foundations. You can use those to fix the wall so that way like that part that's all broken down next to the door that you have to open, so that way you
Yeah.
can fucking like have that part of the wall actually blocked off from things.
See, and I did so the one that faces what would that be? Technically north. So the one that's to the right of the armory.
Yeah.
I had previously built. I don't remember why I built it, but I had previously built a one of the guard tower stations,
Yeah.
and so then I just took wooden walls out, like junk fences outward from it. But I'll look into that the concrete foundation.
Yeah,
But yeah,
there's some great ways to fix that spot cuz I I've played Fallout 4 through like I think right now the playthrough that I'm playing without mods will be my fourth without mods, and then I have two playthroughs with mods.
gee, yeah, I know. See, and I don't have any of the mods. I haven't gone in and signed up to the Bethesda Club or whatever it is, and
Yeah, and the crappy part,
um,
you're on PS5, correct?
yeah,
The only crappy part about modding on PlayStation is because of their. This is at least from what I understand. I could be wrong. Maybe they've fixed it since then. But the last time I remember hearing is that with the PlayStation's uh thing, you can't mod stuff from outside the game. Like you can't like put like a Captain America shield in the game because it's not
right.
already in the game. You have to like the mods only deal with the stuff that's inside the game. But I could be wrong. They could have fixed
I
that by
mean,
now.
that would 100% make sense in
Okay.
all honesty because it's that's how they've kind of PlayStation's kind of always been like Apple,
Hmm.
right? Where they have their own sole proprietary way of doing things.
Yeah, and that is very
And
true.
whereas like Xbox has always been more like Android. You can go on and mod around and screw around and whatnot with your phones. I mean, shit. I remember I had like 3 or 4 Android phones that didn't run stock software in them. Like we would just unlock them, and
Okay.
I had one that when I powered it on, instead of doing like the classic HTC and Android intro, it did the Doctor Who intro.
Yep. So
You
just to
know,
clarify, because I did Google this real quick while we were sitting here, Sony's compromise, because apparently in the very beginning they weren't even going to allow mods in Bethesda games, but
dude, it surprised me. It
their
surprised me seeing the mods option.
yep, their compromise was to not allow no external assets. So no new models, textures, sounds, scripts, or any of that. So they can only mod what's in the game. But for purposes of base building, like what you're doing right now, like when you decide to finally
Right.
install some mods, dude, you can install the 2 mods that I had on PlayStation, because I remember this. I had there's this one called the cheat terminal, and then I had upgraded it was upgraded blood or something like that. It wasn't really anything special. It just added more blood on the ground. Like, it's not new textures. It just put more blood. There's
Okay.
more blood spray when you shot somebody, just to make it extra gory, because it's
Oh,
Fallout.
dude. Okay.
It's Fallout.
Yeah.
Uh,
Holy crap.
and but the cheat terminal one, it's really dope. It's like you get this cheat terminal holotape, and you put it in your Pip-Boy, and then you just
Yeah.
interact with it through your Pip-Boy. And through that, you can when you're base building, you can give yourself unlimited building materials, which is huge.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then
That's clutch.
you can extend not the area, like the size area, but you can extend how much stuff you can put in the area, because that is kind of a big thing, because
Okay.
you can only build a certain amount in each one of those settlements. But with the
Really?
cheat terminal, while you're standing in the settlement, you can increase the size of the settlement, like how much stuff it can hold. So like on one of my
Okay.
modded playthroughs, one of my favorite places to build in that whole game is it's called, I think it's called something alley. I forget what the first part of the name is, but it's an alleyway that's in between all of those buildings in downtown Boston.
Okay.
And if you do it just right, you can put concrete walls up on both sides of the alley so it's impenetrable. And then you just build up. And it's really sick. Like, if you get that mod, you can just build layers. And so my settlement's just like this like crazy fucking scrapyard fucking building amongst a bunch of other buildings with turrets all over it. It's really cool.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, so the mods make the game really fun, but like I'm also achievement hunting on Fallout 4, so like
Right. Well, and I'm just getting like base game experience. And I
mhm.
mean, so far, dude, I there's some
it's
quality of life
it's
things.
so yeah, there's some things that it's a Bethesda game at the end of the day,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
No, no, no. Absolutely.
there's
But I haven't found any like deal breakers. I've had the
mhm,
game. I
exactly.
mean,
I
I'm
love
pretty far, like I'm pretty far on the Minutemen stuff. I'm pretty
mhm,
far on the Brotherhood of Steel stuff.
Brotherhood of
Um,
Steel. Interesting little caveat side note about Brotherhood of Steel and Fallout 4. Because of the Fallout show um showing the Pridwin
mhm.
in the show, it essentially makes the Brotherhood of Steel ending in Fallout 4 canon. Like, that's would have to be the way it would go if you were to write a book, per se. You know what I mean? Like, so the Brotherhood of Steel ending would technically be canon for Fallout 4. Even though it's an RPG game, you can end it however you want. It's however you
Right.
decide to play it. But technically
Right.
that ending, if you want to consider it canon, it would be canon.
Right. No, that was a yes, chosen. This is my first playthrough on Fallout 4. It's my first
Ooh.
Fallout since Fallout 3, and I don't remember playing much of Fallout 3,
We
but
got
yeah.
we got some interesting things to talk about when it comes to Fallout 3, but we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Dude, and then let's see, as far as the main story, I think I'm at like travel to the CIT.
Okay.
So I had just gone into the crater of Adam and then found that one dude, and that's when he told me, or and I did the brain run through, which was fucking cool.
Yeah.
Um, um, but yeah, like I said, I think I'm at like 70 hours on like level 30
Okay.
And I just like like I said, it feels like I've done so much, yet I feel like I haven't done shit either at the
Yeah.
same time.
Yeah, that's a Bethesda game. No, and that's the thing is like, we know that there's some people in the Demons Club, especially, that just don't like Bethesda games, and that's fine. And I
Yeah,
totally
no,
support that
absolutely.
because I can see why it can be frustrating. But I part of the reason why I love those games is because it allows each person individually to get into it in their own way. Everybody's going to
No,
find a way that they're going to enjoy those
absolutely.
games, and it's not going to be the same for everybody. And that's like, I just remember when Skyrim came out, everybody in school was talking about Skyrim and like the things they were doing, the choices they were making. Oh, I found this here. Oh, I found
Yeah,
that here. And
right.
like, it's those games are great for that. And Starfield even has that in its own way. So in Skyrim, same thing. Fallout games, same thing.
Yeah,
They all have their little itsy bitsy charms.
right. No, yeah, absolutely. And like I said, the game's frozen up on me twice. I haven't had any
Mhm.
major glitches.
I'm glad to
Um,
hear you didn't get the fucking. There's a glitch that is legitimately game breaking that still happens in that game, and it's right in the very beginning. When you come out of the vault after
yeah,
you watch your fucking wife die, and yes,
yeah,
if you haven't played Fallout 4 and I'm spoiling this for you and you're listening to this later, I'm sorry, but the
sucks to
game's
be
been
you.
out for fucking years. I'm gonna talk about it. Um,
Yeah, sucks to be you.
yeah, the beginning, your wife gets shot or husband gets shot, whatever sex you choose. Um, and your kid gets kidnapped, you come out of the vault. There's a glitch that can happen sometimes where you get into the main part of the city and you can't talk to Codsworth. Like, no matter what you do, what you try, you cannot talk to Codsworth, and he will not move from one spot unless there's enemies. And if there's enemies, he'll go kill the enemies and then go back to that same spot. And it's only happened to me one time. It only happened to me one time, and it was actually on this new playthrough that I'm doing on my Series X without mods. Um, I had to restart completely and start a new playthrough to get it to stop and go away. It was pretty
Dude,
annoying. But it is the only one I've ever had in any Bethesda game that was like game breaking. I could not continue.
right. Yeah, no, I made it past that beginning part and over to Concord pretty quick.
Red Rocket gas station.
Red
Shout out
Rocket gas
on
station.
fucking, that is my home base in every Fallout game. I turn that into my
Yeah.
workshop because there's already stuff in there, and I love the garage door. It makes me feel kind of badass when you open the garage door and there's a fucking
All right,
power
for
armor
sure.
suit. Yeah, dude, I turn it, and you can wall that place off. And if you're smart, just so you know, you can put stuff on the roof of Red Rocket. I built an entire house on the top of Red Rocket, so there's like the
Dude,
Red
that's
Rocket
what's up.
gas station, and then my house is on top.
That's what's up.
Yeah. I know a lot of things about Fallout.
Oblivion. Oblivion. See, I never played like, and that's what I was saying when I started it,
Yep.
Fallout 4. Their charter was like I've always been into looter, like loot and shoot,
Yep.
right? Like Borderlands.
Yep.
You're not really crafting. Like it was the crafting and the finding the different materials, and that just got way too in depth for me when I was younger. So that's why I didn't make it very far into 3. And kind of 3 ruined it. Didn't play New Vegas or 76. And then with the show coming out and watching you play Fallout 4, I was like, you know what, let's give it a chance. And dude, I'm so stoked that I did, because
Hooked.
this game is dude, yeah, this game is insane. I freaking love it.
Yeah, dude. I
I pr-
mean, the
I pretty much
only
run around in power armor the entire time.
yep,
Like,
the one downside to Fallout 4. And did you play Skyrim?
no,
Okay, you didn't play Skyrim. This is like your first big Bethesda game then?
yeah,
Okay, so what you're missing out on, and this might seem strange to you, but it's something that I personally prefer, is most every other Bethesda game, silent protagonist.
yeah,
And the reason why I like that is because it allows for very many more voice options. In Fallout, you get four. You get the four different options.
yeah,
which is fine. They do give you some variety, but I find myself often in situations in Fallout where, because they abbreviate stuff so much, where I
Yeah.
think I'm saying one thing and it says something that I'm not meaning to say, and I've just created an option or a situation that I wasn't trying to create in the game, which
Yeah. No,
was one
I
of
can see
my,
that.
yeah, that's one of my bags on Fallout 4, because if you play Skyrim through, which if you're enjoying Fallout 4, Skyrim has the next gen update, so it is PS5 like, it looks as good as Fallout 4. It does, in all honesty. And I'm telling you, it is worth the playthrough. It is so worth the playthrough if you're
For
enjoying
sure.
Fallout 4. Cuz it's all magical fantasy stuff. So it's,
Right.
it's so good. But there's no voice acting in that for the main character. There's voice acting for all the other characters, but there's no voice
Right.
acting for the main character, which allows you to have many more voice options and take different paths. And like Starfield was great about that. Like for some conversations, there'd be 5 or 6 different things I could say. You know what I mean? Like, and
Right.
with a silent protagonist, you can do stuff like that. And I enjoy that more personally because, I'm sitting there reading shit out loud anyway to myself because I'm a goober like that. But
Well, see, and that's when it comes to dialogue and stuff like that for the games, dude. I run closed caption on, so that
it,
way I read it.
yeah, and I feel I have a decently strong imagination, and when I play these games, like most of the time they're intended to, you play as yourself or you imagine
Right.
yourself as the character that you're playing. So like
Right. No, absolutely.
I did name, because I was goofing off, my Starfield character. His name is Ron Solo. He's Han Solo's great 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 grandpappy. All right, the space pirate Ron Solo. I thought that was hilarious. But me reading it in my voice, I just imagined myself as the character, and I don't know.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
That's why I got so into Starfield, and I love that silent protagonist now, because for me it just makes it so much better for the dialogue options. Like my first playthrough, before I started new game plussing on Starfield, I I did quite a bit of shooting, but not as much as you would think. I spent a lot of time actually talking my way through situations and being diplomatic and like trying to get people to
For
agree to
sure.
stuff. And like, you can trick people. And then once you get into the game, there's like an ability that I got that allowed me to like take mind control of people or like put my own thoughts into their head so I could like manipulate the fuck out of people and get things I want without having to kill or steal. And like there's that type of shit that makes those, not everybody's going to be into that style of play, obviously, because some people want the
Right.
action and whatnot. But it was really fun to run around like that and talk my way through situations and sneak my way through places without killing anybody or just knocking people out instead of killing them, so I could get like an extra bonus for not killing or something like that.
Let's see. There you go. Yeah. See, and that's like I've really on this playthrough for Fallout 4, I've really been kind of good. I
Mm-hmm.
haven't gone around just killing people. Um, I'm kind of really focusing on rebuilding the Minutemen and stuff like that. So I don't know, because like I saw a stat where it was like murders, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think I've committed any of those.
Oh,
Oh,
oh, you're wrong. You're very
but-
wrong.
oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
You've
Um,
you've probably committed at least one so far in Fallout. It happens. It just happens in
right,
Fallout.
dude. I was doing one the other night. I was trying to finish a mission, and it was one of the settlements that I got to help clear out. And I went to go set up a defense, and I started to get attacked by rad roaches. So I just started hitting them because I didn't want to waste my ammo. Because for some reason, it seems like are hard for me to find.
Yeah, it is kind of
Like,
hard to find. I highly recommend, I forget what the name of the perk is, my friend, but it's on the very right side in the luck category, I believe.
okay,
And it's has to do with while you're searching. There's one
looting, you get more.
Yeah, there's one that's
Okay.
looting gold. You'll find more gold in chests, and then there's another one that's you'll find more ammo in chests. And
And I think
yeah,
I
I
think I
highly
did the,
recommend hitting that.
yeah, no, absolutely. I got the gun nut, locksmith, and hacker. up as high as I can get them right now. Maxed out their main categories. And then I think at one point I did the extra bottle caps. Like you get extra currency from the chests
Yeah.
from looting.
Yeah.
So I need to do that ammo. But yeah, so I'm sitting there just meleeing these rad roaches, and the NPC that I need to protect comes running in, and I hit him and killed him. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So yeah, so I killed this guy, failed the mission. I'm like, nope, reload. Like I'm not doing
Reload.
that crap. Um, but yeah, dude, no, Fallout 4 has been stupid fun. Um, I did play, I did do a little bit of the new season of Fortnite.
Yeah, I've
Uh,
been seeing a lot of people bitching hard about that.
yeah, big
Ninja
time, big time.
Ninja's real mad. Ninja's real mad about the new season. He's
Oh yeah, he
real
is.
mad.
I saw that. I definitely saw that.
He's big mad.
Dude, I mean, I can see.
Dude, if you're not in a car that's upgraded, you're not winning one of those matches.
No,
Unless you get the I did see a really sick ass clip of someone winning against one of the vehicles. He had the All Might shit.
okay,
He had the All Might punch, and it was a sick ass edit. It was him starting the All Might punch in Fortnite, and then someone edited the clip of All Might doing the punch, and he's like, "This is," and he like screams. I forget exactly what he says, and he goes Ultra when he's punching that guy in the gut, and it's all
yeah,
fucking crazy. And then it went back to him punching the bottom of the car, and it sent the car flying. It exploded, and those guys died.
that's awesome.
It was
No, that
sick.
was yeah. No, I saw Ninja's little tirade. That shit was. But I played a little bit of that, and then I went into Lego. I did the Lego
Lego
Fortnite with my daughter for
Fortnite's
a little bit.
fucking low key lit, dude.
Dude, it's pretty fun. They got the Star Wars crossover on it right now. And
Yeah.
then we went in. There's another one that's like Gangster Tycoon or something, and you basically it's like an idle game that
Oh,
you run
really?
around in Fortnite style. It was
Oh,
pretty cool.
that's actually kind of cool. Yeah, no,
Like
they
you
got
go and
some.
do these you can go and do these raids and heists, and then you're just collecting money and upgrading parts to your base basically.
Yeah.
You got all these illegal operations going on. So we did that a little bit, and then I also downloaded and played a little bit last night, X Defiant.
Dude, X Defiant's
Dude,
pretty sick. I don't care what anybody
dude.
says. X Defiant's pretty sick.
Yeah, no, I was super surprised because like I've been hearing all these, oh, it's the COD killer, which every game that comes out's a COD killer, and none of them ever do. It's
I
just the way
mean,
COD
in all
is.
reality, X Defiant could be 100 times better than it is, but it's never gonna kill Call of Duty. It's just not.
No,
So,
no. There's too big of a name behind Call of Duty, but
well, it's not. Yeah, there's too big of a name when it comes to the casual gamer group. Like people who aren't
yeah,
watching the podcasts like this or other
right,
podcasts, or people who aren't, on Twitter watching this shit all day long. They're not
right.
paying attention to the little shit. They're buying a new console so they can play COD and Madden and fucking NBA with their homies.
Yep,
That's
yep,
what it
big time.
is.
Oh,
Oh,
100%.
and the new college football game.
Yeah,
Hype,
I
hype.
did see that one.
Okay, hype on
Yeah,
that one.
yeah. No, yeah, 100%. So, but dude, I fucking loved it because it was, dude, it to me felt like three games in one, or actually more, I should say, because you had Call of Duty in the graphics, some of the movement, things like that screamed Call of Duty gameplay on it,
Yep.
right? Then you had the actual matches were fucking Overwatch style.
Yep. It's very much a hero
Right?
shooter
Yeah,
with Call of Duty in it.
the arena style, right? And then I loved the fact that that Ubisoft did the crossover with all their games. Like you have Rainbow Six, and you have the Division, and you have, oh, fuck. There was so like all the different classes are from a different game.
Yeah, and one of the things that makes me mad is that people are trying to spin that like it's a bad thing. There are people on Twitter who are trying to spin that like it's a bad thing. Like, oh, they're just using their factions from other games. Like, no, that's a great idea. That's a fucking
Yeah,
great idea. I thought, I
that,
was
that
like, yo,
really
that's
is.
kind of
No,
cool
that
because
really is.
Ubisoft has a lot of fucking Tom Clancy games, the Division games, the fucking what is those the Wildlands, Tom Clancy Wildlands and
Oh,
Breakpoint.
dude, the fuck, I have both of them
Yeah,
on my PlayStation.
I have them both as well.
Oh, fuck, what is it? It's Breakpoint and Wildlands, but it's what is it?
I
Fuck, I
forget
can't remember.
I forget
I
what they're
can't remember
called.
what the base title is.
Yeah, but they're great games.
Oh yeah, I loved
Ghost.
fucking Breakpoint.
Oh, are they Ghost Recon games?
They are Ghost Recons.
That's what
Yes.
that's what it is.
I was just pulling up to look it up
Yeah, it's
actually.
Ghost
Yeah, they are.
Recon. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
dude.
but yeah, Chosen. I was there too. I used to talk shit on Fortnite, and then I started playing it, and I was like, "Yo, this shit's good." Actually, funnily enough, I didn't get into Fortnite until I got a Switch and a Pro controller for my Switch, and I started shitting on kids on the Switch, and I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna download this on my Xbox," and it was
Yeah,
game over after that. Excellent game.
right. Yeah, no, and then Chosen same thing with being the like a Ubisoft member and getting all the exclusive
Mm-hmm.
cool shit. Like, dude, I ran around with some fucking cool shit on Valhalla because I was a Ubisoft and they would do crossovers between the games in like your cloaks.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
dude, I fucking yeah, Ubisoft is probably hands down one of my favorite
Dude, always
fucking
have been.
studios.
People talk a lot of shit, and like so have I.
Yeah.
I'm getting the Ubisoft fatigue a little bit too. Ubisoft open worlds are all the same. Huge map,
Yep.
tons of icons to check off. Now, sometimes I'm really feeling that. Sometimes I'm really feeling that.
Right.
But I have to say, um, are you finished with what you were playing, or did you have another game to go?
No, dude, that's
Okay.
literally all I've played. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
But
Because
like
I
I
was
said,
gonna,
X Defiance.
yes, because this is
Yeah.
a perfect,
That's been pretty sick.
because that was a perfect segment into what we're watching, and I was gonna say Assassin's Creed Mirage was a wonderful refresh from every other Ubisoft game I have played. It
Yeah.
wasn't super large. The map wasn't overbearingly huge and overwhelming.
Yeah.
The missions were excellent. This Assassin's Creed went back to a lot of basics. The combat, when you're getting open combat, garbage. The combat in this game is garbage. I'll be straight up about that. There is no I'm not there's I have nothing really nice to say about it. The dodging, it's dodging like every other, like the last 3 games like Valhalla. The
Right.
combat feels similar, but it's just the difficulty is amped up and you can't take as much damage. So like it there is this difficulty, like it encourages you to run away more often than fight. Once you get good at it, you can counter, and most of the time you can instantly kill the people that you counter, just like the old style, but it's not
Right.
as satisfying to do as like Assassin's Creed 4 or Assassin's Creed 3. It's not so, like with Assassin's Creed 3 and 4, those old ones, when you would counter kill, like it looked good. Like you felt like an
Oh, dude.
assassin when you were playing. You were like you were doing all this crazy acrobatic fucking shit it just looks so good. And now like there's a couple of the finishers that are pretty good and they look good, but for the most part you do the same finisher most of the time on the people. And so it made me work extra hard to play as stealthy as possible so I didn't have to be in open combat as much as possible.
You know, I vaguely remember it might have been 1. Like when I did my playthrough on Assassin's Creed 1, I vaguely remember playing just like that. Like it was more
See,
beneficial to sneak around and stay out of combat than it was to
it
get into it.
it was because you couldn't take a lot of damage, but the thing about Assassin's Creed 1 was, and I remember this very distinctly because me and my friends used to fucking argue about this all the time and talk about this all the
Who
time.
doesn't? Who doesn't?
Because back in the day before social media, like you're playing these games and then bullshitting with your friends about it. A lot of times, if you grew up in a poor neighborhood, like myself in the trailer park, okay,
Yep.
you and your homies were sitting in the same room and everybody was taking turns on the same game, and that's just what it was, okay. Um,
100.
uh,
100%.
but playing the first Assassin's Creed through at my buddy's house, because that's where I played it the first time. What we figured out is that each of the weapons had a different counter time. Does that make sense? So like
Yeah.
the sword, you could counter kill really easy with the sword because it was a sword, so it was much more forgiving. The next most
Right.
difficult
Right.
one was that reverse dagger, like the mini dagger that you had.
Yeah.
And then the hardest one to do was the hidden blade. You had to hit the counter button literally right before the attack hit you, or it wouldn't work. It had to be right before. The window was very,
It's
very
perfect.
small,
Yeah. Yeah,
which
I
was
remember that.
which was awesome because it made the hidden blade combat way more rewarding. Like when you were fighting a group of people openly with your hidden blades and you got the counter kills off, it was way more satisfying.
Right.
And like I distinctly remember I beat the very last dude. I killed the master assassin dude when he's got the piece of Eden and you're fighting him in the garden in the end of the
Yeah, yeah,
game.
yeah.
I beat him with a counter kill with an assassin's blade, and it looks so sick because he like fucking
Dude.
actually stabbed him and killed him, and then it went into the cinematic.
Dude, that's what's up.
Yeah, so like if they brought that type of combat back, but like that, I would be stoked as fuck because that's what I'm looking for. Um, you know, and obviously the games I've been playing, Assassin's Creed, since we're sitting here talking about it and we're watching it.
Yeah.
Chosen, I know that you said you wanted to watch me end the game. Unfortunately, you weren't in the I think you were busy doing something. I think I had texted you, but because I was getting ready to end the game. But this is actually what you're seeing right here is the last assassination mission right here. I'm getting ready to do it. Um, trying to sneak into the main palace right now. Um,
Dude.
it was a great this Assassin's Creed was very refreshing. It was short. Um, I think my playtime total I'd have to look, but I think it's just over 20 hours. I want to say it's probably like 21 or 22 hours. And
Not bad.
that's with me doing quite a few side missions to get extra ability points and stuff.
Right.
Because there's like that's the other thing is they brought back a contract board in this game, so you have this
Okay.
awesome, yeah, so there's like a board back at the assassins bureaus throughout the city like there used to be. Very refreshing, like I said, and it's cool, dude.
Right.
It's just like the first game where the entrance is on the roof and it's got like that wood garden roof where there's like holes through it, but there's plants all grown through it, and there's a
Okay,
hole,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, there's a hole with the fountain underneath it, so you drop into the assassin's bureau, and it's got like the office, and you can talk to your master and shit. It was sick. It was really refreshing.
Dude, that's so great. I'm
Yeah.
glad that they went back because I loved that more.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
want to
will.
say story driven, but like the stories in Origins Odyssey and Valhalla were great stories for the
Mm-hmm.
game style. But to me, these ones are more linear
Yep.
story driven.
Absolutely.
And you see that with the smaller maps and the shorter games and everything like that. I mean, here you go. You're talking main story, 20 hours. Um, you don't have shit done in Valhalla in 20 hours.
No. In 20
Nothing.
hours, you're barely anything.
20 hours like dude, it
Oh.
cracked me up that when I played Valhalla, man, because I'm used to like, you always do like a little 20-30 minute beginning tutorial, and then that opens you up into the game. You get the main credit, right? Like Assassin's Creed 3, you play as Haytham Kenway, and you go and you scale through the, sorry, spoiler alerts here, guys. You scale through the that's also been out for
Ever.
ever and a half. You scale through that theater, you
Yeah.
kill that guy, you sneak out, you get on the boat, um, you sail across the Atlantic, getting in a fight and all this stuff. And then when you make it into Boston and you see the Boston Harbor and everything, that's when it gives you the title. And it's, the Assassin's Creed 3, and it's the final. Like, oh my God, I'm into the game.
Dude, Assassin's
And
Creed 3 is probably my favorite one.
Oh,
Yeah.
hands down, my favorite. Not my favorite assassin, but my favorite story.
Oh,
Uh,
see, Connor was my favorite assassin.
he's there. He's close. I still hands down believe that
Altair.
Ezio Auditore.
Oh, Ezio. Yeah,
No,
Ezio is the
Ez-
beast. Ezio is the beast.
yep, Ezio for sure. But then like Connor was great. There was just this little bit of that like whiny teenage bitch mode
Yep.
too much in him. Like, oh, you're not gonna help me? I'm not leaving till you help me.
Yep.
Like, all right, man. Why don't
I,
you prove yourself rather than just sit there and whine at his door? But let's see. That's probably why I didn't like the last three ACs. 'Cause
yeah, I was reading that
yeah,
too.
yeah, 100%. They had they were very very open world, and I mean they kind of did it in Black Flag too,
Yeah.
where you could sail anywhere in the Caribbean. But yeah, doing that
Jeez.
huge open world, like I said, I mean, it was like 3 hours before you made it out of basically Norway and over to England. And it's when you make it to England is when they do the Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Like
Mm-hmm.
you had to play a good chunk of the game before you actually
Yeah.
started doing anything in that game. So I said
No,
that that's one
this game is short and sweet, and they added a
that's
few things that are really nice, like
great to hear.
the
Thank
throwing knife
God.
mechanic. I don't know if you were seeing any of that gameplay as we were sitting here, but the throwing
I did
knife,
see that.
yeah,
Yeah.
the throwing knives are sick. You can get a perk that slows down time while you're in the air with a throwing knife, so you can do some really precise
Dude,
throws. Um,
that looked sick, dude. That was great.
and then you can get a perk to get your throwing knives back from, like, you can just walk over bodies and it pulls them out. So
Nice.
which I enjoyed that much more than a bow. I enjoyed it so much more than a bow. It was like,
Yeah.
having a bow is nice in certain situations for like longer range stealth kills. But then at that point, it's like the throwing knife added a little bit of a challenge to it where it was like, I can't throw this as far as I can shoot an arrow, but
Right.
I can still use it to do fast takedowns if I'm, quick with it. So it just made the game feel like I said, it made it more challenging because you had to continuously do this stuff. Like I'm about to stand up and fucking smack this guy in the face right now. Yeah. Yeah, I love that. And the mechanic felt good. It feels good. The knives look good when
Right.
they throw. Like there's just little things. And also, this is a big thing for me with games. And this is gonna seem stupid to some people, but it is very important to me for immersion purposes. The throwing knives, when you hit them, stick out of the body and actually out of the place that they're in, and you can see them in the body. That is important to me. I know that might sound petty, but it is one of the things that I hate the most about
Uh,
certain games because it just breaks that immersion for me. Like,
you mean like Avatar?
exactly. Oh my God, dude. The first time I shot the arrow, I was like, what is this garbage? Even Far Cry was able to make their arrows stick out of people so you can see the arrows sticking out of what you're shooting. Okay. You're telling me that this Blue Man Far Cry game couldn't accomplish that? I think the
Right.
problem is they spent all their time. And I mean, don't get me wrong, the fucking forest in that game is so beautiful. It's unbelievable. I couldn't believe
Right.
it the first time I started playing it. I was like, "Whoa, this game is actually unbelievably pretty." Um,
Yeah, no, all the gameplay I saw on it was just, dude, it was nice.
yeah, and it's super pretty, but like I said, the arrow thing, it killed me, dude. Um, my favorite so far out of all the games, my favorite animation for bow and arrow shooting out of all of them, Red Dead Redemption 2. Hands down the best, dude. The arrows like have a little bit of a flop to them when they hit a target. They have a great sound. You can see the arc in the air. Like the
Ooh,
people
nice.
react really good when you hit them and they stumble. Like, and also like the hand-to-hand combat when you're holding the bow is so dope in that game. You can run up and like smack someone with the bow and then you take an arrow and like stab them in the face with it or some shit. Like it's crazy. And it
Yeah.
has been by far my favorite um use of a bow in any game. Like it's just it feels so good when you're doing it, and I that's what I like. That's what I look for when I play those types of games with an arrow, with a bow and an arrow. Also, I'll give it to Far Cry, specifically Far Cry 4. I really liked the way that the arrows sounded. Like it's got such a satisfying thwack
Oh yeah,
when you hit
that
someone in the chest with
distinctive.
one of those arrows, and
Yep.
with the recurve bow, and it's just thwack, and then they drop, dude. It's such a satisfying sound. So
See,
that was great.
right. That was, dude, AC3. I think I only used the bow like in the beginning for hunting. And then once I really got good at like going tree to tree and using the limbs and the mantling,
Yep.
that's how I hunted.
Yeah.
Like I would assassinate from the tree. There
Just
were times where,
tomahawk an elk. Just let me
yeah,
drop on an elk, a full bull elk with a tomahawk.
yep.
Absolutely.
Oh hell yeah. No, there were times where I would run through the fort or run through the wilderness, like, and that's probably the biggest section of
Yeah,
that
dude.
game.
I
And
spent a
it can, I
lot of time
mean,
there hunting.
oh yeah, big time. I spent a lot of time just doing a whole bunch of shit in there, but you always had like, because you could go. It went to the homestead. It went to
Uh
Boston. It went to
huh.
New York. Like it went everywhere, and I would run from place to place without touching the ground.
Yeah, you could.
Like I would
You
just
pretty
jump on
much
trees and run. Yeah, dude.
You pretty much could. There was a couple spots, I think, if I remember correctly. There was like a couple spots that you had to touch the ground for a second, but most of the time you could be in the trees. It was a
Yeah.
lot. That was one of the things I loved about that game was free running through the trees like a madman.
Oh, dude. That game, like I said, was hands down probably my favorite. And I got really excited for Black Flag, and I'm probably one of the few people that absolutely hated Black Flag.
Because you spent most of the time on the pirate ship, huh?
Well, it was the naval, like I loved the naval warfare missions that you had to do in AC3, and I loved the combat behind it. But man, it was so much worse. And then at this one point, I'd probably put like, I don't know, maybe a handful of hours into it, and I was on this mission. I had to sail to this one spot, and I had hit a quick save basically right in the middle of a big sea of red,
Yeah.
and I was stuck. Like there was nothing I could do no matter which way I went. I would just try and bail out of there as fast as I could, and the Royal Navy would be on me. And then the combat was so much harder. Like, in AC3, if you dodged, I mean, it was very unbelievable. But if you dodged the attack right, you would do hardly any damage to your ship. There would be no damage to you or your crew. And man, they hit the combat right, because man, I would dodge and ship would still get splintered, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah, AC4, there were some of the ship combat, but after a while I got pretty good at it. I played the shit out of I played it through twice, I think. And I really like Edward Kenway as a character.
Yeah, no, the story behind Edward Kenway is, I mean, just is a great,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely great. It really kind of pisses me off that his son becomes
Fucking
like,
Hatham.
yeah,
Yeah, I agree with you
becomes
on that.
becomes the start of AC3, and so this is like, but Rogue was sick
That's
with
the
its
other one I
story.
have not played actually. I have it
Dude,
down. I have
I'm not gonna tell you anything, but it was the story behind it was sick.
the remastered version of it on my Xbox that I plan on playing soon.
Yeah, you
Um
need to do that.
yeah,
So
I'm gonna play that one pretty soon. The other games I've been playing is X Defiant. The sniping in that game is really satisfying. That's what I've been having a good time with. Um,
nice.
been playing Call of Duty still in my off time. Um, they added the Car 98, so of course my fucking sweat ass is in there trying to get it. But now I have no one to play it with because Lowe's finally deleted it from his PC.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he actually fully deleted it from his PC. So I'm all by my lonely playing COD most of the time.
Yes, I haven't even. I turned it on yesterday and I was like, yeah, no, not feeling it.
Yeah, I just play multiplayer and watch TV at the same time, hang out. Like
There you go.
I don't ever take it too seriously, so
Right.
I don't care if I fucking lose or my KD is less than 1. I could give a shit less. I'm literally just there to have a good time. Sometimes I
Right.
have excellent matches. Chosen watched me pull off a couple fucking sick snipers and a couple sick fucking knives, dude. So I
Nice.
just,
Hell yeah.
if I get a couple of those in a match, I'm fucking happy, dude. I don't need to win every time. I don't need to be the best. I don't need to have a 3-0 KD. Like that shit's so dumb.
Yeah.
So,
And well, that's how I've always been with multiplayer, but yeah, I don't know.
but
Dude, that's kind of what led me to download X Defiant is like
yep.
I wanted to fucking play a shooter like that, something on the multiplayer scale. I don't know. I just wasn't feeling COD.
Yep. Well,
So
I can tell you that as of tomorrow,
as of tomorrow,
Destiny the Final Shape drops.
yes,
And I cannot afford to buy it until Thursday, which is fine. And then on Thursday, I will be picking that shit up.
there you
And
go.
every other game will cease to exist for a little while again, because that's just the sick, dark
It's
cycle that I work.
That's just the way Destiny is.
Yeah. Um, but this is it is the final DLC for Destiny 2. This will be the end of Destiny 2, the beginning of the end. So, as someone who has put into that game more money than I care to say out loud, I'm gonna put some more money
Kidding.
into it, and I'm gonna get into the final shape. I'm gonna go out with a bang. Probably get the fucking special edition like I always do. Get
There
all
you
the
go.
cool bonus shit, and yeah, I'm gonna get in there and try to fucking hopefully have a crew together for a raid for the new raid for this DLC, whatever it'll be.
There you
Um,
go.
but
If I had the money to get caught up, I would.
Well, and the big thing is I actually am pretty excited for this season because they're actually doing something this time that
Uh-oh.
we have not seen before, and I'm pretty stoked on it. Um,
Uh,
they're adding the very final subclass to the game. And this subclass is going to allow you to combine abilities from all the other subclasses. So,
what?
yes. So, you can fucking pop a solar grenade and then throw out a fucking arc attack and then fucking do some kind of strand move. You can combine all of them
Dude.
together. So,
Oh,
yeah.
fuck, man.
Yep, exactly, dude. Exactly.
Fuck,
And
man.
that's going to make Destiny really crazy. And my mind already started racing with like different combinations that I can try to pull off, you know. It's going to be multiplayer is going to be hell. Not sure how that's gonna go down at first, but we'll find out. New metas are
Right.
gonna start dropping. I'm sure everybody is fucking. I bet that shit drops at midnight tonight. If I could, I would be up tonight, ready to fucking go. I'd be hitting that shit right away, going hard in the paint, because it's
Hard
Destiny.
in the fucking paint.
And
No shit.
I can't even request days off this week because I spent all day at work setting up for the elections, the primary elections.
Oh, yeah.
We hosted it at the high school I work at. So,
Yep.
yeah. So I been spent all day putting down mats and taping seams so that the elderly do not trip on the seams of the mats. And uh,
And
we
you
ha-
get
we
your
at work we call them
patriotic
the
candies
shufflers. We call
the
them
shufflers.
yeah, because they shuffle walk everywhere. So we have to tape down the seams and make sure there's carpets over stuff so they don't trip. But
Yep.
um
Keepers,
spent
man.
in the voting
Also,
booths, all that
also
good
they can
stuff.
do their patriotic duty.
Yeah. But I've been playing that. Also broke out the Skate 3. Of course, I should
Nice.
say it never
Fuck yeah.
Skate 3 never gets deleted from my Xbox ever. Because it's only like 9 gigabytes, I think. It's very small for a game. and
Yeah,
it's
no, it
it's
really is.
fucking Skate 3. Quick little update. If you're interested, I don't have the link, but you can find it really easily on EA's page. They just posted another update for the May playtest of Skate, the new Skate game that's coming out.
Mm.
So I am signed up. I'm still trying to get in there. Still trying to get in there. Because I really want to. But right,
I may need to go and do that.
yeah, dude. It's gonna be free to
Ooh.
play. It's gonna be a free to play game. This game is gonna be extremely community driven. They want the community to make maps. I'm a little sad about it being free to play and them not doing like a full blown story mode like they did in Skate 3 and the other skates,
Yeah, I can feel that one for sure.
because that was something that really made me love Skate 3 is you building your own board company and
Yeah, no, the story
promoting your
behind Skate
brand.
3 was fucking amazing.
Yeah, and Coach Frank, dude, like so awesome. The
Yeah.
game had so many good things about it. That's why, and honestly, um, for those who are interested, if you have an Xbox Series X, if you download the game, it gets an automatic frame rate boost and
Ooh.
a quality mode upgrade, like a texture kind of like it makes it like higher settings like it would be on a PC, like you could fuck with the settings. Makes it way more
Nice.
crisp. Yeah. And on the quality mode, it still runs at 60 frames, which is impressive. So,
Oh,
yeah.
dude, that's
So,
lucky.
yeah, it's really nice. That's why I still play it all the fucking time. You'll catch me on Skate 3 on Xbox quite often, just goofing off because it's one of those games that I can pull up and play for 30 minutes and goof off and then turn it off. You know what I mean? Like I love Skate 3 so much. I always have. Um so when they finally announced that the fans of Skate, and there's a video on the interwebs that you can watch, he actually said this. The fans commented Skate 4, if you will, into existence. Um so many people were asking for it that EA finally greenlit it because it's fucking Skate, dude. Like it's the only other skateboarding game besides Tony Hawk that I think people got that sucked into. Uh
Yeah, no, big time.
you know,
Big time.
Tony Hawk's fun for different reasons. It's fun for ridiculousness. Like you can the shit you can do in that game you know is not obviously realistic. And like dude, I just watched a video of the fucking someone posted like a clip of the fucking helicopter jump in Hawaii from Tony Hawk's Underground. One of the
That one
best,
was
dude.
classic.
One of the
Classic.
best games ever, dude. One of the most hated villains in all video game history is fucking Eric Sparrow, dude. Fuck Eric
Eric
Sparrow.
Sparrow's a douche.
Yeah, dude. Fuck Eric Sparrow, dude.
Anyone
Fucking
who grew up on Tony Hawk hates Eric Sparrow. We're just gonna
exactly.
say it.
If you don't hate Eric Sparrow, I don't know if I can trust you because fuck that guy. All
Nope.
right. Ugh, such a good
Nope. We
game,
ain't the
dude.
same. We ain't the same at that point.
Yeah, dude. Fucking that game had such a great story, dude. Getting your shit stolen from fucking by Eric Sparrow,
Yeah.
ending up in
In
Russia.
yeah, getting locked in a tank in Russia.
Yeah, and then fucking if you do it just right, if you do it just right, you can end up at the Skate 3 shit. Or the no, I guess not just right, but if you play it long enough, you'll end up at the Kiss concert.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, that was the best, dude. Every
Yeah.
time I ended up at the Kiss concert, I'd skate around there for a minute and then just go start a new game immediately. I can't, dude. I could probably not tell you how many times I played that game over and over again.
Oh,
Holy
hands
shit,
down.
dude.
Hands down. Couldn't even.
Yeah. Uh-oh. We got a loading problem on the game here.
Uh-oh.
What's going on? Come on. Don't do this to me. There we go. There we go. All right. But yeah, those games are great. Actually, that's another game I've been thinking about re-downloading is I have the remastered Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2.
Yeah,
And
so do I.
yeah, sometimes it's fun to break that shit out and go hit the
Yeah,
fucking the hangar and go do some
yeah.
shit.
My Tony Hawk really for me, my favorites were from 4 on because you got more of the open world, less
No, I get that.
that timed run. Yeah.
and I get that. I
But
just there's
one and two were just nostalgic. I
yeah,
loved
dude.
having them.
There's something about that one, about those ones that just really get me, dude. Like those ones are
Yeah.
great. I do
Oh,
also
hands
Tony
down.
Hawk's Pro Skater. I think it's either 3 or 4. Has one of my favorite maps of all time. It's the metal plant.
Oh, Foundry, that's three.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's Tony Hawk's 3. Yeah, Foundry.
Yeah.
Dude, that's one of
Foundry's
my
pretty sick.
Dude, that's one of my favorite maps of all time for a
See,
skateboarding game. It was such
see
that
mine
I played it
my
so much.
one of my favorites is Canada
Oh,
from
word.
from three.
Word. Yeah,
From three. I
dude,
love
three
Canada.
three is pretty fucking fire. I'm sad that they didn't remaster 3 and 4 and do like a 3 and 4 together like they did with 1 and 2, because I definitely would have bought that.
Oh, dude, hands down.
Yeah, so maybe they will.
Hands down.
Maybe they will.
Yeah,
Um,
maybe. You never know.
but then the other game I obviously am always playing with the boys is Predecessor. Oh, and I should give a little shout out and a mention to this because I am pretty happy with the last one. It was a lot of fun. The first Saturday of every month, the Demons Club is doing community game night. We had our first one Saturday night this last Saturday. We got 8 people in for some Fall Guys. So it was
Nice.
it was a smaller one, but hopefully it'll grow. Um, we got 8 people on for some Fall Guys. That game is actually just stupid fun when you have that many people playing together. Um, we play Blast Bomb a lot, which is you're on this
Nice.
platform that has little sections of it that are slowly falling out, and there's bombs that when you pick them up, they start like they activate, and you kind of have to cook it and throw it at people to try to knock them off the
Ooh,
platform. It got
for sure.
it got pretty fucking intense a few times. We're all screaming at each other. It was a good time. Oh, and
That's
when you do
awesome.
races, you can hold people so they can't move. Oh
That's
god, dude.
funny.
Yeah, we had some
Dude,
funny moments happen. So, it
that's awesome.
it definitely is something that I hope we can get more people in on. But that's pretty much all I've been playing. Um,
Right.
I have one article I want to talk about before we get into predictions, and then we'll get right into talking about the showcase.
For sure.
Um, and if at any point you hit a time constraint, just let me know because I can always finish this out on my own.
For sure. Yeah. I'm waiting for a text message to see when dinner's done.
Oh, okay, perfect.
But
So the quick article then, Embracer Boss considers raising video game prices beyond $70 amid industry changes. So this is something that's been talked about a little bit lately, which is unfortunate, but it is something that is going to happen
it's been
eventually. I'm sure in some ways. But Embracer Group CEO Lars Wingfors has suggested the possibility of increasing video game prices beyond the current $70 standard due to rising development costs and market competitiveness. Wingfors believes
are they
that
just trying to get layoffs?
yeah, Wingford believes that
Jesus.
creating high quality immersive games with extended gameplay hours could justify a higher price point, potentially leading to more game releases. The industry collectively raised prices with the launch of current generation consoles in 2020, but discussions have emerged about the viability of the $70 price point. Recent trends indicate gamers' preference for established live service games, leaving less space for new full price titles. Embracer has faced challenges with high profile flops like Alone in the Dark, highlighting the need for careful investments and strong intellectual properties to succeed in the competitive market. Wingfort acknowledges the industry struggles with inflation and rising game development costs, emphasizing the need for publishers to adapt to changing consumer preferences and market dynamics. Yeah, I have to say that's all a bunch of shit, if you ask me.
For
Um,
real. Holy God.
I already was mad about paying $70 a game, which I will do because it is what it is. I mean, to be fair, if we're gonna be honest, there are quite a few games that I buy that I end up buying the Ultimate Edition for, which is usually $100 or more. That's how that goes. So And there's quite a few people who do that.
Right.
So they can't, there's that. So who knows? We're gonna have to see. And if the price increases on the base, it's gonna increase on all of them. That's always how it works.
Yep.
Fucking nonsense. Um, they just they fucking. I feel like I need to just pull a Cartman in the middle of Best Buy right now. Just fucking, at least kiss me before you fuck me. It's just fucking
Right? No.
one of my
Oh my God. This
favorite
is getting
things.
insane.
Yeah, one of my favorite things about that fucking show. But yeah, yeah, I just think that's a bunch of bullshit. But at the same time, if a little bit, if another $10 meant that more of these devs got to keep their jobs and games weren't coming out broken, I'd pay it. I'd pay it.
Yeah.
But
I would. Okay.
I
I
just
would pay a little extra. We've always said this. Pay a little extra if you get a better quality of life. The problem is they're going to keep increasing, and the quality's not going to go up.
Yep, and that's where the problem is. And so all you can do is vote with your wallet. Games, you gotta make the decisions. You find a reviewer that you trust. You fucking
Oh,
buy.
chosen.
Yeah, I like to be wine and dined before I'm fucked. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Um, you find a reviewer that you trust, and you try to go off of his word. Learn what you can without spoiling it. It's just one of those things.
Yeah.
But also there is a certain, that's the thing, there is always a certain appeal to going into games blind. Like, I've decided this because I know I'm gonna play it no matter what, because I love Elder Scrolls games. But I've decided that this next coming Elder Scrolls game, I'm not gonna be like I was when it comes to Starfield. When it came to Starfield, I was fucking on Twitter every day trying to figure out anything I could about that fucking game. I knew so much about that game before I played it. It wasn't even funny. And I still enjoyed the shit out of it. But this next one, I'm gonna try to go in as blind as possible. I'm not gonna watch any of the fucking like videos that talk about the game. Like, no, I'm not gonna watch Todd
Right.
Howard's deep dive. I want to go in completely blind. Completely blind. 100%
Complete.
shocked.
Dude, I mean, you almost have to.
Yeah, it'll be so much better if I do it that way. I'm sure of that. But since we are running a little bit short on time, since we can try to get you out of here so that way you are getting out of here when we're done actually. Let's
Yeah.
get right into showcase talk because that's
Let's
coming
hear
up
it.
next week. Um, So obviously Xbox's next showcase is going to be kind of like a roadmap of what we're going to be seeing for like the next year or so. Um, the showcase takes place June 9th, 2024, 10 a.m. Pacific time. 10 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Mountain time. And vice for wherever you're at. You might have to do the conversions on your own. I don't remember them all and the names of them all, but 10 a.m. Pacific time. The Xbox showcase starts, providing updates on various Xbox initiatives. The event will focus on change with a shifted strategy as Microsoft publishes games more broadly across platforms. So we are expecting some talk about the fact that Xbox is going to be kind of going into more of a publisher standing than what
Right.
they are, because they are going to be porting more games over to PlayStation. It's inevitable. Which awesome. More people get
Yeah.
to play games. Cool. I
For
don't
real.
I don't have a
Yeah.
problem with that.
Not at
Um
all. Not at all. Console wars are dumb.
exactly. 110%. We're about games on this channel. We're not about the plastic box that we play the games on. We're about the games that we play.
Yeah.
Period.
For real.
Um The event will focus. Oh, I already read that. The showcase is expected to reveal new details and gameplay footage for highly anticipated titles, possibly Everwild. We might get to see some more Fable, which would be amazing. Perfect Dark, State of Decay 3, Contraband. Um, some people are even saying that we're on a 3-year cadence with Forza games between Forza Motorsport and Forza 3-year cadence between Forza Horizon games. So, a lot of people are predicting that we're gonna get our reveal trailer for Forza Horizon, in the
That would be
location
sick.
that it's gonna be in. A lot of people, the rumor floating around the Twitterverse is that Tokyo is the look.
I could see it.
which I mean, yo, if they choose Tokyo, you already know I'm gonna be fucking blaring some teriyaki boys up in here, and we're gonna be
Yep.
drifting the streets of Tokyo with the fucking. I'm gonna make the Mona Lisa exactly. Han's fucking orange and blue car, and we're gonna be drifting all the streets, all the car garages.
Hell
All right,
yeah.
that's exactly what's gonna happen. I will be unbelievably stoked if they reveal Forza Horizon 6. I fucking love the Forza Horizon series. Forza Horizon
That
5
would
is one of
be.
my favorite games ever. The Hot Wheels pack is fucking so good. The rally pack was even better. The rally DLC was even better. Holy shit. So I can't wait for another Forza game. Also, big rumor that we're gonna get the reveal of Gears of War, the Phoenix collection. Also, rumor, take this with a grain of salt. Very big possibility that Gears of War, the Phoenix collection, will be revealed for PlayStation 5 as well as
Ooh,
Xbox. So we
that would be.
PlayStation could be getting Gears of War, the
That would be
Phoenix
sick.
collection. That's a huge thing, especially for someone like Kyle, our boy K13. He loves
Yep.
Gears of War, and if they release the Phoenix collection on PlayStation, I know that he would day one buy that 100%.
Oh, hands down.
So that's pretty big news. And then let's see. I just want to make sure on my list here that I got everything. There's also this is a very small possibility that we could maybe see some new Xbox hardware.
Okay.
That's a
Yeah, that is
possibility.
possible. Yeah.
Sarah Bond did mention the fact that new Xbox hardware was coming, so at some point, so this could, we might most likely not see it, but definitely possibility. Expect Fallout 76 to make an appearance. Speaking of which, you're the person I would actually I before
Ooh.
we get off of here, I want to talk to you about something. Um,
Okay.
but the well, after the pod's over, before we get out of the voice channel.
For sure.
Um
For sure.
we could see we're definitely going to see something from Fallout 76, like I said, though, because they have that new DLC that's coming out, I think, or maybe it
Ooh.
did. I think there's a new one coming out for Fallout 76, and with all the hype that's around Fallout, I'm sure that we're going to see something Fallout related. um
Oh,
the
100%.
the other big rumor that's been floating around, because the reason why this is floating around is because during the FTC trial, when they were suing to stop Xbox from or Microsoft from purchasing Activision Blizzard,
Yeah.
some paperwork was released on the internet that showed that a Fallout 3 remaster was apparently in the works. So a lot of people are saying that
Hmm.
right now, with all the Fallout hype from the Fallout TV show on Amazon, this showcase would be the perfect place to announce the Fallout 3 remaster.
Yeah, no kidding.
That would be a big deal.
I
Also,
could see it. It makes sense.
also on that list was an Oblivion remaster. That is
Ooh. There you
also
go, Chosen. There you go.
Yeah, that is also slated to possibly make an appearance. And like
There
I
you go.
said, you guys have to remember these are just predictions, okay?
Yeah.
This is stuff that I've seen on Twitter. Um, People who, know some people in the industry. I can tell you that Jez Corden from Windows Central has definitely seen some stuff, and he said he was pretty excited for the showcase because of Fallout stuff. But it is
That
very
would.
possible that we could see a Fallout 3 or an Oblivion remaster. Either one of those things could be at the showcase, which is huge, which is huge.
Yeah. Those are both big ones.
Um the other game that that we should be seeing something from, that I did mention a little bit earlier, is Perfect Dark. Um we got to see a teaser of that forever ago, and there was a rumor that the game was going through some development problems, but since then those rumors have kind of been squashed from what I understand, and apparently the game's doing okay, so we're just gonna have to wait and
Good.
see what happens. um
Right.
Also, this event could be a great spot for Xbox to announce more backwards compatibility coming to the more Xbox 360 games from Activision Blizzard's catalog coming to Xbox as back compat titles. Because now that they own Activision
Uh,
Blizzard, there's a whole bunch of titles that they now own because of that, IPs and stuff that they could re-release as backwards compat games for the Xbox, which is awesome. I love when they
oh,
do
big
that.
time.
Um, and also, Microsoft is aiming to reassure fans and address concerns about the direction of Xbox while showcasing a strong lineup of upcoming games and providing exciting hints for the future. So, sounds like we could definitely see some new hardware, which would be sick. The rumor is that Xbox is working
Oh,
on a handheld.
okay.
Yeah. Which is strange to me. I don't understand why they wouldn't try to pair up with like ROG with like Asus or something, one of the other companies that are doing it. But I mean, more power to them, I guess, if that's what they want to do. But this is just all stuff I'm hearing and seeing and or listening to in podcasts and then hearing on the interwebs is that there could be a handheld on the way as well, um, which is pretty huge. Um, we've not ever gotten an Xbox handheld as far as
Right.
I'm aware. So,
No, I
um,
don't. Yeah.
yeah, so that would be a very interesting one. Um, and there could be a couple other surprises there. We got a 15-second flyover of a map that was supposed to be a tease for the Elder Scrolls 6.
Ooh,
So, and that was in 2018. It's been 6 years. From what everybody is saying, the rumors around the fucking water cooler are that Elder Scrolls 6 is well underway in development. Apparently, the first campaign missions even fleshed out. So
nice.
yeah, so that's exciting news to me. Another Bethesda game is fucking another Elder Scrolls. Sign me up.
Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be all over that. Um, so we could see maybe another tease of that game. Maybe they'll show us another little tease, but I doubt it. Bethesda usually announces their games exactly the same every time, so I would expect that to be a little bit farther out. That game is probably still another 2 to 3 years out anyway. So, um, and then directly after the Microsoft showcase is the Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Direct, baby. New Call of Duty Black Ops. This game is supposed to have been in
Yes.
development for a couple years now, longer than the other Call of Duties.
Yeah.
And also
Combined.
I'm biased for Black Ops. I always will be. So pretty
Yep.
stoked to see what the reveal is gonna be. There was a little bit of controversy surrounding it last week, as the teaser trailer came out, like the announcement trailer came out, and apparently Saddam Hussein's in the trailer. So
Oh,
there
really?
were some people throwing a fit about that. Not 100% sure what the whatever, but we'll see. We'll see. Um,
Whatever.
yeah. It's just a game. It's not a dick.
Yeah.
Don't take it so hard.
Yeah.
Um,
For real.
but so like I said in the very beginning of the stream, I'm definitely gonna be there. I'm hoping Chosen will be able to make it on Sunday morning. We will be live.
That would be sick.
Yeah, we will be live for the showcase. I know I will for sure be to hear live react and watch.
Right.
So I'm hoping we can get some people in Sunday morning to come hang out with me and come watch all of this stuff. God damn, game, quit skipping through the good stuff. This fight was pretty decent, and I'm mad that it skipped right there because that was a dope fight scene. Um,
There you go.
and I think it's gonna be a ton of fun. I think we're gonna get to see a lot of games. We might even get some surprises, some shit we're not expecting. So I'm
Yeah, dude, that would be dope.
yeah. So I'm pretty excited. I don't think
Yeah,
there's any
no
reason
kidding.
not to be. Also, very very high possibility. Actually, probably for sure going to be there. The Shattered Space DLC for Starfield.
Oh,
Yeah, so pretty stoked on that.
that would be pretty sick to see.
Um,
Hell yeah.
when I can fall asleep the night before. I get that, Chosen. I get that. I'll definitely try to text you. I won't be live until 11 o'clock when it starts. I'll go live pretty. Actually, I'll probably go live like 5 minutes before. Hang out. We'll bullshit a little bit and then we'll go into it. Um, but the showcase should be a good time. Usually about an hour long, and then however long Call of Duties is gonna be. I would assume 30 minutes, something like that, maybe less than that. So yeah, it'll be a fun hour and a half. Um, fuck. Uh, yeah, I can't wait. Personally, if I'm gonna be selfish, I'd like to see some Elder Scrolls. I would love that. That's my dream. All right, to see some more Elder Scrolls, but I don't think
That
that's
would be
gonna
pretty
happen.
dope.
Yeah. But we're gonna see games for sure, like I listed off: Contraband, Perfect Dark, State of Decay 3 is supposed to be there. A lot of these, and State of Decay 3 is supposed to be running in Unreal Engine 5, which is supposed to make that game absolutely
Ooh,
crazy incredibly looking, so
ooh,
from what everybody's hearing, so I'm pretty
right.
stoked. We might get to see quite a few games, and some games we haven't heard about, so I'm pretty fucking stoked. I always like these showcases.
Oh, big
PlayStation
time.
PlayStation just had their state of play. Did you watch it? Did you get to watch it?
No, no, I've
uh,
been so damn busy at work.
yeah, I'll tell you personally, in my opinion, you didn't really miss out on a whole lot from the state of play. They are making a standalone Astrobot game, which does look pretty sick.
Okay.
Um, and then the other game that kind of caught my interest, a lot of people are shit talking it on the internet, but I don't care. Another game that caught my interest was it's called Concord, is what it's called,
Why
and
does that sound so familiar?
it it was teased a long time ago. Um,
Okay.
and it's a 5v5 hero type shooter, what it looks like. A lot like
Oh, that's cool.
what Overwatch is, but a little bit more spacey.
Okay.
Aliens and stuff. So it
Dude, that's what's
definitely,
up.
yeah, it definitely looks pretty sick. I won't lie about that. God, I skipped it again. Whatever. Um, so hopefully we'll get to, see something as cool as Astrobot really stole the show for the state of play. If you get a chance, you should check that out, Maddogg, because Astrobot
For
does look
sure.
pretty
Yeah.
cool,
I'll
and Concord looks pretty cool. There's a couple other games in there that looked all right, but they were kind of JRPGs, and that's not really my thing. Um,
right. I can understand that.
yeah, like there's some of them I don't mind. I'm gonna go back here. There's some of them I don't mind, but for the most part, I'm not a huge JRPG guy. I never played any of
Right.
the Yakuza games, anything like that. So
Yeah, that's kind of how I am. I
yeah,
never really played much of them.
yeah. But like I said,
But yeah, it sounds like
hopefully,
it'll be exciting.
yeah, hopefully people will be able to show up and watch. I hope you can be there, Chosen. But I think we're
It'll
at a
make
good
me
spot.
proud.
I was gonna say I think we're at a good spot to wrap this up.
For sure.
Um, I just have to say I appreciate everybody hanging in there while we're getting our scheduling figured out for our episodes. Life is crazy, so appreciate the support. Um, if you get the chance, please hit the little bell, subscribe, follow us each on Twitch. The links are down below, all that good stuff. Um, I really, like I said, I appreciate it, and I hope to see some of you next Sunday. I will for sure be here and live,
Hell
to make
yeah.
sure that we are here for the showcase. We like eat some breakfast nice and early, get a nice little hangout session, and we're gonna have a good time. Um, yeah, I appreciate you hopping in, Chosen.
Dude, for real.
I wish I could stream some games after this, but I'm about to go out and start cooking dinner here in like 20 minutes. So I'm gonna watch some Daredevil while I'm waiting for my lady to get home and uploading this and start the upload.
Hey, there you go. Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
I've been watching Daredevil again, the Netflix show
Okay, for sure. For sure. That's
on
I think
Disney Plus.
I'll go eat dinner and then it'll either be a few games of X Defiant, maybe spend the night on Fallout, or I'll just like watch Next Level Chef.
Yeah, Feel that. Feel that.
I
All
don't know
right.
what it is about Ramsey, but I love and hate him.
Yeah, Ramsey. I love how nice he is to kids, and then you watch him work with adults, and he's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" It's so funny.
Oh my god, it's so funny. It's
Uh,
so great. I love it.
all right. Well, I hope
All right,
to
man.
see some of you guys next week, and I will try to be live a couple nights this week. I'm trying to squeeze it in. It's just been a kind of a pain in the ass. But next week, maybe I'm on my 4-day work weeks. I'm back to having Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off every
You,
motherfucking weekend. So
you guys going into summer break already?
yeah, we're the kids. My seniors graduated on Saturday. And then
Damn.
the last day of school for the rest of the kids are is June 6th, so Thursday.
Damn. We got like another 2 weeks.
Another 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. All right, brother. Well, I appreciate you chosen again. We'll see you later, man. I hope everybody else has a wonderful night. And
Check
if
you guys
you're
out later.
And like I said, if you're watching this after the fact of it being live, we do record these live on Twitch. Follow my link to get in on the fun and leave some comments. Like, follow, share, subscribe. Check out all the links below. Appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful night.
Deuces.